What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm super happy to be filming an actual vlog again. So I'm gonna go ahead and apologize in advance. Today's video is probably gonna be all over the place, but I'm gonna try to get the most important things in the video. So as a disclaimer first, I am not against vinyl wraps, of course. I'm already gonna vinyl wrap my car a new color soon. I already know the color I want, the wheels I want, everything. I just gotta take care of some minor dings and stuff on the body, which we'll go more into that in a minute. But I just wanted to start off by saying, of course, I'm not against vinyl wraps. It is actually a very affordable way to change the look of your car. I just wanted to say that really quick. So the first thing I wanted to go into is if you have any panels that have been repainted due to an accident, like my car, I have been rear-ended and also backed into, none of which were my fault, but you kind of got to live with it. You do risk paint coming off, and I unfortunately did have some paint come off when I took the wrap off. I did finish wrapping the car September 9th last year, so September 9th, 2018. So it's been about a year and 3 months that I've had the wrap on the car. Not that long, but also I was just ready to change things up. So let's go into the damages first. So like I said, I have had the front bumper repainted and the rear bumper repainted, both by different people, but it really doesn't matter because you just run the risk of the wrap peeling the paint off. So let's just go ahead and look at what the damages are. Alright guys, so before we get into that, I just wanted to do a little walk around. God, I love the blue so much. I wish I could keep it. There's just way too many flaws for me to be happy with it at shows. It's just, this blue is beautiful. I'm gonna wrap it, of course, to protect what is left of the blue, as well as I just want to change the look, of course. And I honestly love wrapping my car. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, let's go into the front bumper first. Okay, so this is going to be by the driver's side headlight. You can tell right in here that some of the paint has come off. That is an issue. We're gonna have to sand that down once we do wrap again. So it not only happened there, but it also happens around the passenger headlight as well. I'm sorry, I know there's some shadows, but some of the clear also came off in here. So the worst part about the front bumper is actually down in here. You can tell quite a bit of paint and clear came off, and it's still chipping, so I got to be really careful when washing it. It runs a pretty good ways across about half of this bumper, and yeah, that's just not gonna fly for me at shows. And also when we wrap it, it will actually prevent any more paint coming off until, of course, we peel the wrap again, which more might come off, but that'll just be something we'll deal with once it happens. Okay, so at first I really wasn't planning on wrapping my door handles black. I do love the look, and I actually still have the passenger front door is actually still blue because I ran out of black vinyl that I had left over from wrapping the roof the first time. So I already did order the wrap for the second time I'm going to be wrapping the roof after I fix some hail damage. And I got enough to where I'll be able to wrap that handle, but the reason I did have to wrap the handles was because when I unpeeled this handle right here, literally 90% of the paint came off. So I also had to sand it down because to try to get as smooth as possible surface. It's not perfect. I'll probably end up rewrapping it, but it was just kind of a temporary solution. I'll actually throw a picture on the screen right now of what this looked like. It literally, most of the paint came off, and I was so confused on why that happened, but I don't know. That could just be the Subaru paint, or it could have been repainted or something, but none of the other door handles had that issue. Now moving on to the rear bumper, which is the absolute worst of the bumpers. As you can tell, all of this paint came off. So luckily when I close the trunk, none of this shows, but when I do wrap it, I'm gonna have to sand this down, make it as even as possible all around, just so you can't really notice, because if you wrap over this, you'll be able to see this little edge right here under there. But like I said, you can't see it once the trunk is closed, but that is just something that'll be fixed. Here, I'll actually close the trunk and you won't be able to see it. So it perfectly covers it, but still something that's just got to be fixed. And wrapping that as well will also prevent it from getting any worse. So another random spot that paint came off was actually this little garnish down here under the fender. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see this. This little piece right here, just when unwrapping it, paint came off there too. It looks like there still is some primer though, so just paint came off. But yeah, that's gonna have to be sanded too before I rewrap. Also, if you have ever had any touch-up paint on your car, that is most likely going to come off as well. I have some spots where I do have touch-up paint, or did have touch-up paint, and it actually came off. So I'll show you some of those spots now too. So here's a little spot by my passenger headlight. So the story with this is when installing my coilovers, I actually dropped a breaker bar right here, and it made a huge dent. I tried to fix it myself, pretty much made it worse. So paint started coming off, and I have touch-up paint around some other parts that didn't come off, but as you can see, there's some exposed metal here, so I gotta do some more touch-up paint before it actually rusts. So moving on to the most important part, why I unwrapped this car, was because a couple months ago we got some pretty bad hail, and my hood and my roof pretty much got pounded. I mean, the hood only has like 5 or 6 spots, but the roof got hit pretty hard, and that is the main reason why I unwrapped the car in the first place, and that's the reason why I'm gonna have to rewrap the roof as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the hail damage. I was gonna go with a PDR kit, but all the videos I've seen, that literally doesn't work at all. So I'm gonna keep doing my research, and I'm actually gonna try to do the body work myself. I'm just gonna start with some small spots on the roof, and of course it's gonna be wrapped, so it really doesn't matter how it looks. I just want it to be as smooth as possible and have no more pretty much dents in the roof and the hood. So here's a pretty good size one. This is literally right in the middle of my hood scoop, so that is very noticeable. And I also sadly do have some right on this body line, which is going to be probably the most difficult to repair because I really have no clue how to use Bondo, but I'm going to learn, as well as I really don't know how to form body lines like that, but of course I'm going to learn as well. And like I said, when I dropped the breaker bar, I kind of made a dent here, so I'm definitely going to Bondo that, make it all smooth. We also do have a little one right here, but the main problem is the roof. So this is probably our worst one on the roof right here. Pretty big divot, but we literally have 10 to 15 of them, as you can kind of see on the screen, hopefully. I mean, they really are just all over. So the last thing I did want to talk about was removing the wrap. So removing the wrap took me like 4 or 5 days. I was hoping it would take me a lot less time. But since I did it right, I did have to take off like my mirrors, my door handles, and the trims whenever I took off the wrap on the doors and stuff. Also, I ran into a huge issue with residue being left over. It has been kind of cold here lately, and you really don't want to work with vinyl in the cold, which I learned the hard way. So you're definitely going to want to use a heat gun when you remove it, as well as when you apply it. But when you remove it, you're going to need it as well. Unless it's a really hot day, then you won't need it. But I literally had white adhesive all over my hood. It was awful. So my buddy Adam at Fortune Wraps, who actually wrapped my front bumper right after I got backed into, I really didn't have enough time to wrap it myself because HIN was like the next weekend, as well as I was out of vinyl. So I just let him wrap the front bumper. He did an amazing job. So this stuff actually works wonders, and from what I can tell, it has not messed up my clear coat, but this stuff literally got off all of the adhesive, and I definitely suggest you get this if you run into problems with adhesive after removing wrap. This stuff's kind of expensive. It was like 30 bucks for this can, but for the full car, I still have about half the can left. Mostly the hood was just my major issue because I just started pulling it off and there was just white adhesive all over the place. Like you can see, there's still a little left. Like if you look in there, there's a little white adhesive left, but I'll definitely clean it up before I start wrapping again, but like this whole section was white and you can't really like scrub it off with your hand or anything, so you really need something to eat through it, and that stuff works wonders without harming my clear coat. So like I said, the next step is going to be working on the roof. I'm going to try my best to repair the hail damage, and then I'm going to rewrap the roof, and then if that goes successfully, then I will order the big roll of vinyl and start wrapping the whole car. Hopefully the roof will be a success. If you guys want to see some videos of me doing body work on the roof, let me know. Also, if you guys have any suggestions on what Bondo to use or any tips and tricks when working with Bondo, of course put them in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that. And also, if you want to see the quickest updates on this car, follow me on Instagram. I did change my name. It is now TJ Shoop WRX, so follow me there and you will see the quickest updates on the car and what's going on with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I just wanted to make this update video and also help any of you out that are thinking about wrapping their car. Sorry, that plane is very loud, but thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.